A founder from Bulgaria asks, what do you do when you want to talk to your customers, but they're not in the same country? This particular guy, he's got customers spread all over the world. A big clump of them are in America, and it's not really practical for him to go and visit. This is a tough situation. It's so much better if you can talk to people in person. The little cues, like the facial expressions, the emotional signals, they help a lot. The other problem with going remote is that on Skype and on the phone, all people can think about is how quickly to end this interaction so they can get on with their day. Whereas it's easy to have an open-ended, free-flowing conversation in person or at a cafe. If you get on a Skype call and you start asking people about their day or their life, they just get really frustrated. They're like, what's this call about? Or they're doing other stuff in the background. So there are problems. That being said, some learning is still better than no learning. And under the right context, you can get a lot done on the phone if you have to. Not ideal, but sometimes it's what you got to do. So I like to put the learning as a almost like accidental opener. So the same way in a meeting, before you get to business, you have a little bit of small talk. On the phone, you can do the same thing. Oh, thanks for taking this call. We're, working on this and this startup. Before we get going with the questions, this call should only take 10 minutes. But before we get started, could I just ask, how are you guys currently dealing with blank? Oh, wow, how did you decide to do it that way? Why didn't you try this alternative? So as long as you're quick about it and you're still, you give them a good excuse for kind of why you're asking. Oh, we're having a call. I'm going to ask you these questions. And then make it casual at the beginning. But before we get going, can I just ask? Boom, you're now in a casual conversation. And you can get these kind of unbiased, unforced, easygoing answers, which is exactly what you need for good learning. In a pinch, you can even do it over email. You can ask questions like, hey, how are you guys currently dealing with blank? Why did you do it that way? Can you talk me through what were your buying criteria and the decision-making process? It's terrible compared to just face-to-face conversation, but it's still much better than doing nothing, so long as you structure the questions in the right way, where you're not just asking open-ended, fluffy stuff about their opinion, but keep it concrete stuff on their lives that they're able to answer pretty factually.